Okay. Alright, let's Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Yeah, so in a universe where I'm no longer accidentally doxing myself, let's let's start talking about something interesting, something a bit new. So, gamers, friends, countrymen, Romans, whoever's left. Let's talk about the perfect system. So what this isn't is a system for everyone. We're not doing that shit. The old adage of if you try to please everyone, you won't please anyone. Yeah, that kind of still very much applies. Some complex jumble of numbers and maths. No, I ain't doing that shit either. In case you all can't tell, that really annoys me. That is my least favorite part of role-playing games, is having to do the maths. Okay, what's my strength score? I need to add my proficiency bonus. That goes on top of my armor bonus, as well as my magical bonuses. But let's not forget my stealth bonus, and also, I'm charging downhill. Yeah, no thank you. Even when it's just like basic 1 + 1 + 2, thanks Stream Elements. Way to keep up, buddy. Even when it's very simple maths, is like 1 + 1 + 2 + 1. It's still a pain, especially when you end up with what I refer to as maths-dependent maths. And that is stuff like, oh, well, you get this bonus plus half of this bonus plus this bonus. Like, if I have to start doing algebra to figure out how my guy hits, we've gone too far. Because, well, bear in mind, any given Dungeons and Dragons attack roll can be summed up as, well, it can be expressed as x equals, where x is your bonus, A plus B plus C. And potentially that can extend out into like plus D plus E plus F. Yeah. But like, sometimes like these D, E, and F values will just be 0. And that's already annoying enough, but sometimes you get systems that like to do this. X equals A plus B divided by 2 plus C. And then on top of all of these, we're going plus D20. Even when these are just like 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, it gets annoying and it slows the game down. I do not want any of that stuff. So what do I want? I want a system that puts characters first. And what I mean by that is person, not the stats. There's a certain breed of player out there that does not jive with this. That has just read that on the page, that has listened to me go, it's about the person, not the stats. And they have immediately gone, ugh. And they've decided that, you know, this game is not for them. And that is kind of the point, because this is not for everyone. I'm a theatre kid who did not have the confidence to be a theatre kid. That's like the best way I can describe myself. So, you know, naturally I took to the Starfaring Life of Multiversal Merc, but, you know, in some distant corner of the endless cosmos, maybe there's a Callan out there who found a calling for the stage. Most of us, however, we're just playing D&D, so, you know, that's nice. At the end of the day, this is a lot more important to me than the numbers. The numbers aren't even really all that good at telling you what you can and can't do. Because, I mean, let's look at it like this. Most stats will range early game from, say, -1 all the way up to +5. Right, maybe +7 if you're going particularly hard. Right, and you're going in a certain direction all in. Let's put this on another line. Mid-game, you're probably looking at 2s through to call them 13s. And it varies by system. But in a D20 game, this is what we're typically looking at. And then late game, anywhere from 15 upwards for most skills. Well, for most things you invest in, I mean, we're really, well, your high-end stuff will probably be here. It's a really bad metric, actually. You're probably looking at 5 up to... Actually, what is the upper end for these kinds of things? It really does depend on what system you're playing. And it's kind of hard to do this right now, because there's such a wide gulf, but probably around, let's say, 20, right? You're not really going to see many systems that let you add +20 to your roll. It's not impossible. You don't see many. But even in a hypothetical situation where you do see that, in the D20 system, that means with your best skill being a +20, your results can range from 21 all the way up to 40. That's not really a good way of like measuring out how good someone is at something. And more just a very good argument for saying big dice make things kind of weird. I think it's also a shame that, like, you can have a really interesting idea for a character. You can put a lot of work into that and into making a character come to life. And that can largely just fall by the wayside. All that can be for nothing compared to another character who happened to roll well for their stats. I think that's a shame. So I think more systems should put in more of an effort to make the character actually, like, who they are matter more than the numbers on the page. And again, I talk about it because everyone's played it, everybody knows what I'm referring to. Dungeons and Dragons is a big culprit for this. Yes, inspiration exists. Yes, there's a back half of the character sheet that says, oh, put all your character details in here. But tell me, what do they do mechanically? You can have a background, which will give you some small bonuses. Playing to your character's traits as they're set out, the ideals, flaws, bonds, all that stuff. If your DM remembers, they might choose to give you inspiration. Note that you can only have inspiration once, it doesn't stack. And if your DM doesn't use this or decides to assign inspiration based on other factors, such as making the DM laugh, or just doing really well in combat, yes, I've seen both, then it diminishes the amount of effect that actually role-playing can have on the game. Some people would argue that, like, oh, just doing the role-playing is its own reward in itself. And, I mean, the equivalent would be saying that for combat, oh, well, just rolling the dice is reward in itself, right? Just playing the odds. Having that chance to see your number roll big. Yeah, that's good enough, right? It's kind of a non-argument. It kind of defeats itself when you just apply a little bit of thought to it. I'm not saying that you have to reward role-playing, I'm saying that you should. Because it's an important part of the game, and arguably, it's the part that gives the game actual life. The worst tables I've been at have been ones where players don't want to roleplay. Whether they just want to run through a combat encounter, or if they're just trying to murder hobo their way through the game, or something else. Whatever the reason, really. You do still have to have stats in a game. Like, we're not about to try going statless. I think that would be a stretch even for me. But we are going to try and put more focus on this. So we want it to be lightweight. Not necessarily rules light, although that is a part of it. But what we do have should be... It should all flow in such a manner that nothing is too difficult. Even if we have a lot of moving parts, it should be quite intuitive how it all goes together. But suddenly we want to be avoiding this. Which means I'm going to have to do lots of writing. But oh no, we're developing a system. Tell you what, let me open something else real quick, and let me make sure I'm not about to dox myself again. Jesus Christ, terrify me, dude. Just terrify me. Get that off. I would love to know why everything insists on defaulting to the one monitor that is displaying out to the entire world when everything is on the monitor that isn't doing that. I'd love to know. I would really love to know. Okay, there we go. I have dox-proofed this system. It's like, This is Project Chrysanthemum. And the point of the project was that it was meant to be my perfect system. It's an evolution of my other perfect system, which was good enough but not quite right. If you hop on the Discord, I would be more than happy to throw a copy of this your way. You know, if you wanted. But basically, what we're trying to do with this is we're trying to make it streamlined, for want of a better word. So rather than have the big example is combat, rather than having combat at okay, no idea what the hell that was. I think I just died. It wouldn't be the first time, it won't be the last. Yeah, so where am I going with this? Yeah, the big example was combat, which I made work just like the rest of the game. Let's just go and find a thing for combat. There we go, there's the actual combat rules. Yeah, and at the start of each section, I put these basically little bullet points for just a very quick breakdown of what's in this chapter and basically why. Like, this is the whole thing in very broad strokes. And as you might be able to figure out from this, we have no initiative order, we don't have turns. Everybody just goes. And it's down to the DM to go, okay, this is where the focus is, and then players can basically, if DM's like focusing on one player fighting one NPC, you can have other players like jump in to assist them. You can have other like minions swarming in and stuff. It's a lot more cinematic than, and it very much follows not rule of cool, because I think rule of cool is used more and more to excuse basically stupid decisions, and rather than being, oh, this is really cool, but the rules don't technically allow it, but it's still feasible and believable in the world, so I'm going to let it slide and not pull up the rules on it. Instead of doing that, and we're talking about like, oh, well, this character that doesn't have a two-handed skill, because technically there isn't one in a game where there isn't one, is like they've grabbed the big bad's dropped sword and they're wielding it alongside their own in this big climactic moment. If I was a jerk, I would go, well, actually, you can't do that because there's no rules for dual wielding, so rule of cool goes, no, let them do it because it's fucking cool. Whereas more recently, and certainly with less experienced groups, it's used more to justify doing stupid things. I'm gonna summon a giant whale with my summon fish power. I mean, not really, that's not... Yeah, I'm gonna summon it. You're in the middle of a forest. I'm gonna summon it, and I'm going to drop it on all the bad guys. That's... Why? Also, you're level 1. Why would you do this? Because it's epic. I mean, you get your kicks how you get your kicks. I am very much yucking other people's yums at this point. But that's what it's typically used for, and I don't... That's not what I mean. That's not what I'm going for when I say that, you know, that's what the combat in this system is about. The combat in this system is about keeping it fast-paced, keeping it dynamic. If done properly, everybody still gets a turn, everybody gets the same amount of attention, which is what people want, by the way. It's not about the turn numbers, it's about how much attention they're getting, and you should try and spread that shit evenly. But I digress. In actual playtests, this works really well. Especially once your group is used to it, and you've got... You know, you've got that level of trust between all the players and the GM as well. So yeah, all combat is an opposed roll. You just... There's no initiative roll. There's no surprise rounds. I mean, the GM can rule that if one of the groups has gone out of their way to prepare an ambush or something, then yes, you can do that. But by and large, most of the typical combat mechanics are gone. You don't have to worry about movement in a grid. You don't have to worry about being, oh, I'm just out of movement range. I mean, the GM might decide that if it's thematically appropriate. But basically, you're not going to get shocked on like a 0.5 millimeter of movement, or just being 1 square short because you had to go around a rock that your character could just easily step over, right? There's a level of common sense that comes with all this. That when you start arbitrating things down, when you start like really boiling things down to being, oh, I have to run it like this, I have to compare it like this, I have to put it through 15 filters of rules. You start losing sight of like common sense. And I think more modern players are getting better at spotting that and being like, hold on, this is stupid. I am not going to allow this, or we're just going to ignore this because it's silly. I mean, fuck, some even play into it and being like, yeah, it's silly, but it's funny, so we'll keep it, and you know what, fair enough. But from a game design standpoint, it's something I kind of have to be a bit more cognizant of, and it's something that we can just kind of make easier for everyone. It's something that we can make easier for ourselves as well. Just by making systems that have more trust in the players. And being like, look, we're not going to arbitrate on these 15 different points of the turn. Because quite frankly, we don't need to. And I'm really hoping that I'm kind of ahead of the curve on this. Where we can just be like, okay, well, we're moving to more simplified games in a lot of places because a lot of the previously existing rules just don't really do anything useful. Or to put it more simply, once you have a party that actually trust each other and know how to work together. And I'm not talking about their characters, I'm talking about the actual people sat at the table being mature adults and learning to share the fun. Once you've got that, you can cut out initiative rolls. You can largely cut out, oh, I'm going to sit here waiting for my turn because, you know, I'm 8th on the stack and there's like 3 other groups of guys that have to go. The one downside to it is that you have to have a system that is not mechanically convoluted. So this doesn't work with something like Dungeons and Dragons. You couldn't make this happen in Battletech, for example. Because unless you've got all the sums for all of that stuff already worked out, you lose a lot of the flow, you lose a lot of the dynamicism. You lose the pace, basically. But what you get in trade-off for that, so you lose the maths, which means you lose the numerical complexity. In return, you also lose turn orders, and that means you lose structure. And out of all of those things, I think losing structure, well, some people enjoy not mathematically, but numerically complicated games. This is games where you have lots of different things that... Do I still have it up? I do not. The A plus B plus C plus D stuff. Some players like that. Some players like to go into a system with the intent of getting as many letters to add into that equation as possible, pumping those numbers as high as possible, and optimizing builds. Now, that's not my game style. That's not what I like to do. I'm by no means saying that these people are wrong for playing like that. But if you want to play like that, there are 10,000 systems out there that will let you do that. Most of them are some form of GURPS. The rest are things like Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder. Although, to my knowledge, almost any given game, almost any given RPG under the sun, will have that in it in some capacity, with very few exceptions. I mean, technically speaking, you can even do it with stuff like Fate, which is meant to be very much a character-driven RPG. I think in a universe where there are so many systems that do that, and even the ones that aren't explicitly made to do that, still let you do that, I think there is plenty of room in the world for systems that go the other way, that are easier to play from that angle, because at most your maths is going to be one thing plus one thing. And I think it's absolutely worth making systems that cater specifically to people who want to spend more time making a cinematic experience. So, in losing that style of gameplay, and in losing that structure, which can be intimidating, what you get instead is a much more free-form experience where your players have a lot more room to improvise, to work together in a much more natural way. You can have, so as an example, you can have 4 people fighting off against a horde of monsters. And you can have a scenario where you've got these swordmasters are like getting stuck in, and wizards casting supporting spells around them as needed, and being able to assess like this situation in real time and being like, okay, well, wouldn't it be cool if this spell was cast here to like skewer this guy and save my friend? Like, you get a lot more of that. It hands narrative over to players, which is something that a lot of players aren't used to having, and something that they definitely should have. It's really good prep for getting them closer to being actual GMs as well, because they now have experience of narrating, at the very least, like, character actions during battles. It also has this wonderful advantage of you sit down with, let's say you sit down with a brand new player to play the game, and you explain to them, okay, so this is how you do things, and this system is it's not quite D20, but for this, you roll a single dice for any given thing and add a skill. So you sit down with a new player, you explain that's how you do things to them, and then you come to combat, and maybe they've heard things about role-playing games in combat, and they're expecting this to be just this huge thing that they now have to learn. At the very least, they're probably going to be like, "Ooh, combat! So how does that work?" And you get to go just like every other part of the game. If you have an idea, if you see something that you want to do, go ahead, speak up. So yeah, that's what I was trying to do with that. It's as close to a perfect system as I have right now. I know that I want to make another one, but quite honestly, chat room, right now my brain is fried. I think you can probably tell as well. My brain is super fucking cooked. Discard that because we didn't make any actual changes. Wow. Tell you what, chat room, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna figure out what we're doing with this stream, because where we are right now, trying to power through making a system is just not going to work out. So we're going to take a quick 5, and I will be back shortly. Every time. Every time. Wrong fucking screen. Yeah, so it's been a while since we've been here, huh? Been a hot fucking minute. So chat, I'll level with you. I've been playing this game off stream. I don't really know what to say about it. It's difficult. Oh, before we go into this, hold on. Hold on. I need to change some things. This is not tabletop RPGs, this is... Okay. There. There you go. Let's... Tell you what, let's just go back to the fucking... train. Take me back to the train. We like the train. Alright, so... Look, don't get your hopes up in not doing this as a consistent series. I'm just doing this because my brain's fucking fried, okay? But let me catch you up on where we are. Let me catch you up to speed. I may have done some mild grinding. I don't know why March is there, actually. Hold on. Ah, there we go.
Show me some of that trailblazing strength again.
So this is our main team. We have Hat Trailblazer. We have Drunk Uncle. We have God, she just needs a goddamn hug. And we have Totally Normal Person, I swear. Trademark. As for where we are in the story, we are in Penacony, and people who have not interacted with Star Rail beyond watching my streams from like ages ago will probably be like, what's a Penacony? I wish I could replay it to show you because it's genuinely been fan-fucking-tastic. And this is where I put in my sidebar about Star Rail and why it's a consistent source of pain in my life. I cannot recommend that you play Star Rail. I will say that again. I cannot recommend that you play this game. I think this game is fantastic. I fucking love this game so goddamn much. Absolutely everything about it is fucking peak. It's incredible. I really like the story, I really like the characters, the music, the sound design, the art, the direction, the style, the tone. All of it is so fucking good. Do you want to know the one bit of this game that I have an issue with? And it's a serious fucking issue. It's the gameplay. It's not boring. When it's good, it's actually quite good. And when the developers do, like, the side stuff, so, ugh, fucking menus. It's in here? Alright, what's the one that I've reasoned it? Ethereum Wars was basically fucking not Pokemon. It was great. That was a lot of fun. Also, howdy, Eb. O'Malley was a lot of fucking fun. There was a whole not Phoenix Wright thing going on in there. It was really, really good. You know what really, really sucks? The fucking... Why tell you when I can show you? Spoilers for Star Rail, by the way. I hope that's not a problem for anyone. Yeah, let me go just break my own heart again. Wait, no shit, fuck. Wrong place, wrong place, wrong place. Okay. Ah. That's it. Let's just get my thingies up. No, I'm pretty sure the second one's gonna happen.
The detective game is over. You shouldn't be here.
All things are as one.
No, that's fine.
Target sighted. All units on alert.
Okay, so... we have to fucking wait, because right now he doesn't have any... This entire team revolves around breaking their toughness to do lots of damage. We can't do that because he currently doesn't have any fucking weaknesses. So we're just gonna have to... play it slow for a minute. The first time I did this,
Academic.
I was convinced that this was a scripted loss. That it did not matter what you did, because he just would not take any fucking damage.
I will set the seas ablaze.
Okay, now he has weaknesses, so we just go one.
Every petal in life's garden will be swept away by the wind of time.
Need to check when she goes next. Okay. She has ult up, that's fine. Do you want to pop that early, though? We kind of do, that's the problem.
Like fireflies, I will fight for myself.
Yeah, we'll just fucking pop this now, it'll be fine.
Burn to ashes!
It'll be fine!
Ice like a good brew.
We want to do this as well. Before we break his weakness. Okay, so let's just throw numbers at him. See, that seems like pretty good damage, right? Pretty big damage. You're doing okay.
Eternal melody.
That's why I wanted to wait for the thing, but didn't really get that choice. Oh well, it's fine, it's fine.
Once you're back in the real world, remember to tell everyone about the Stellaron Hunter who was behind your ultimate departure. Execution.
So now he gets to do this, and there goes a shit ton of my health.
This is more than a battle.
But it's okay, it's okay. We can do the hat dance. That's gonna let us do lots of damage.
I shall set the seas ablaze!
Rhythm get messed up?
Right, and now we're just gonna spam skills as much as we can, because Jesus H. Christ.
You'll do.
God, who's the most important? It's like trying to pick a favorite child.
How's this taste?
Great teamwork.
Which maybe isn't the best thing to say before giving them a beer. Nope, stay down, buddy.
Live to fight! Fight you!
Stay in step.
Okay, so surely we just repeat that cycle, right? Well, no, I don't have the skill points. But maybe we'll be okay. I just, play it a little bit safe? Question mark.
There's more to life than drawing breath. Pay attention.
Unfortunately, Ron May is still kind of
Garden.
lightly on fire,
Swept away.
but I'm sure she'll be okay.
Time.
Maybe. Hopefully.
Joining the battle.
Nope, we just stick to the basic.
You've arrived, huh? Time to mix things up.
And we've got to heal, otherwise our healer dies. Which means we're probably going to lose Rome at some point. We are almost certainly going to lose Rome. So, what do we actually do here? Well, we go with this guy. See, I don't have a problem with the break mechanic. I think that adds something that's a little interesting. My problem is that... number 2 big. That's honestly my problem. There's probably something that I'm missing. I think that's, like, the truth of what's going on is there is some mechanic in this game that I'm just not picking up. I have no idea where to begin on trying to find out what it is, and I feel like I have combed every inch of this game to find out what it is. And just, I have no idea. Yeah, this is the part where we lose Rome. And that's a really big problem, because she puts a lot of, she lets us do most of our damage to shields, so, uh-oh. I've run this fight probably 5 or 6 times. I usually die around about here, because exactly this shit happens. I'm not sure Firefly even makes it to the next fucking turn. But I have to do this now, because otherwise I just die. So here's the situation. He's at just under half health. His next round, my main damage dealer and one of my supports go down. I have one healer left who cannot heal either of them properly. If I heal him, he might survive, but if I don't heal him, he's also going to die.
If not, I'll catch my breath for a while.
I'm just kind of fucked in this scenario no matter what I do. But fuck it, we'll play it out.
How's this taste?
Yeah,
Support received.
I do agree with you on that point, like...
Annihilation at home again.
Oh, yep, there he goes. Cool. Great.
Like fireflies, I will fight for myself. Until everything burns to
You do have to play in such a way that, like, you always have someone who can do something to their shields, and that does kind of suck. Yeah, we're doing so much less damage without those 2 supports that basically once either of them goes down, it's already over.
Execution. Underway.
live to fight. Fight you!
Implementation. Step 1. Implementation.
Attack detected.
I am just very fucking dead as soon as this ult runs out. I mean, if he keeps going at this rate, maybe before then.
Earth operations.
Firefly, type 4.
Or I can just run out of skill points before we even get to that point and, you know. Well, it was a good try. I mean, 25%, we're closer than we've ever been before.
Attack detected. Sam in position.
Yeah, so I have to enhance here, which drops me down to 1, and then he just kills me on his next turn anyway. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on, wait.
Like
Hold on,
fireflies,
hold on. We could have something here. We could have something here.
Until everything burns to ashes. I shall set the seas ablaze.
If any of my supports were alive, I'd actually be able to do something about this.
Step 1. Implementation.
This is more than a battle.
Okay, hold on. Hold on, wait, we might have a chance. We might have a chance here. It would be absolutely fucking typical that the one fight I show on stream to show how much trouble I've been having with this goddamn game is the one that I actually win. Now that I've said that, I'm gonna lose, but you know. I can't win, I can't lose, there's just no fucking anything for me. Well, it worked last time. No, we're dead. God damn it. I should just play safe. So that's a really good version of what I've been coming up against for the last however many days. And it's really awful. I think it's really fucking bad because, like, I really enjoy the rest of this game. The rest of this game is, like, absolutely fantastic. But this is not the first character that I've come across that has just been effectively almost impossible for me to defeat. It's definitely not been the first time I've been like, I'm just done with this game, I'm just not playing anymore. Honestly, I genuinely think that there should be an easy mode. At least for the story stuff, I really think it would really help the game in terms of being fucking playable. Yeah, it would feel a little bit cheap, I understand that. But holy fuck, at least I'd be, instead of like going, I'm just dropping the game and never playing it again, at least I'd be like, well, it sucks I have to do the easy fight, but fine. Like, I'd rather be a little bit pissed about that, but then get back to playing the game and enjoying the story and all that stuff, rather than feeling like I have to take months of hiatus because I've spent all this time and effort and resources into grinding up a team that apparently just doesn't work. Despite... And let me show you why specifically that's so frustrating. Hit this button here. Behold, the fucking game tools. This is a quick guide on, here are the things that you should be equipping to your characters. Here's, like, the level you should be leveling stuff up in. We will fucking tell you when you have everything. These are all as high as I can get them, because the stuff that I need to raise them higher is locked behind this fucking fight. I can't get to what I need to make my character stronger without first beating this guy. They even go as far as to recommend a team lineup. Several team lineups, actually, but... And you'll notice that the team lineup is exactly the team I'm using. Yeah, trial characters would be fantastic, and I don't understand why they don't put trial characters in. Like, specifically for Star Rail. Like, they put trial characters in other parts of the game. It's not a question that they can't do it. They just don't for some reason. Like, the opening cutscene, you see, I'm using a different version of fucking Trailblazer. There are two characters who are not on my team. I don't even own them. Like, I just don't have either of them. And it's like, yeah, but anyway. Trial characters, at the very least, they could let you bring along like friend characters. So even if it's like, you still have to use 3/4 of your own guys, but at least you can bring along someone else to fill in a gap that you don't necessarily have. it's rough as well, because, like, this isn't the page I want. Where is it? Page I want. Like, bear in mind, I spent not like 3 days non-stop sat at the computer just fucking going all, like, night. But I spent over the course of 3 days, I spent several hours, like, getting these guys up. I have several other 80s, but they do not have light cones, they don't have traces in the right place. So they're not really equipped to help out. So I am kind of just stuck with this team. But with a lot of this game, it really does feel like certain fights, they expect you to have a specific character. And if you don't have that character, you just kind of shit out of luck. Unless you have one of the, well, not even one of the powerful characters. I have one of the powerful characters. She's right here. She is not enough to carry. But it's really frustrating because it's like, simultaneously, it does feel like, I think this comes back to what you were saying about the toughness ebb. It's like, it feels like the game is trying to be like, oh, you need to have this one team that is just completely, like, power leveled up to the highest possible optimization, but also you need to have flexibility in who you can bring. I was like, no, you're asking me to do two very different things at the same time. I don't know. It's really frustrating. I find it really, because I play games. I'm very much someone that plays games for the story, and I don't super enjoy having to do, like, the big grind kind of thing. So this I really have a love-hate relationship with this game, because I really do love, like, 90% of it. I think the vast majority of this game is fantastic, but I just cannot recommend, like, even someone that's played it previously, I can't recommend doing what I'm doing and, like, going back into it. Even though I've really enjoyed the story. I think Pinocchio is a really cool place, a really interesting idea. You know, even though I really love some of the fucking characters. This little bean here, she needs a hug. That's all. I mean, she needs the world's biggest hug, but, you know. But I can't say, go play it. Because just the core fucking gameplay loop is just so infuriating. God. Anyway, let's get out of here. Let's go find something else to do. Nope. Buttons. Yeah, take me to Pom Pom. Take me to Pom Pom, our Lord and Savior. Alright. What are we doing? Oh, I was going through all the side content. Oh, this is another fight that I got fucking stuck on. Well, I'm sure this time it'll go well. Issue was the autoplay combat? What was going on with the autoplay combat? Was it just that you had to sit there through the whole thing? Because I understand that. Okay, where the fuck do we go? Oh, we can just go across it. Cool.
Su Shang is awaiting our timely arrival at Dragon Prayer Terrace. Let's go.
Sure, I'm sure this will be fine. We have to beat up the small child again. I already know exactly what's going to happen. Wait, hold on. Maybe we can fix this. Firefly, I love you. You're not Dan Heng, though.
Proceed with caution. I've got your back.
Actually, hold on.
Su
Hold on,
Shang
wait.
is awaiting our timely
Wait. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Wait. Just wait. Just wait. Hold on. We need Serval, don't we? So do we even take Dan Heng? I think we just take Serval, right? Imagination, electric. We need a wind, which means we need to drop one of these two. Except no, because the only wind characters I have are an underbuilt Bronya and an underbuilt Dan Heng. TOTI combat is boring and as flexible as a brick. Yeah, I get that. I get that. It does suck when you go into a fight and you just don't have anyone who can do any toughness damage. Because, like, best case scenario is, like you said, it's just, wow, I'm going to be stuck in this fight for the next 20 years. Cool. And, you know, at worst, it's just like, oh, well, I physically cannot do anything to this character. You know, let's just go in with my default team, right? Because I'm pretty sure we're about to hit that. We are about to hit. Wow, I just cannot do anything with this team. No, give me Firefly.
Don't be nervous. Just cooperate with me like you did before.
Wow. I can't wait to be beaten up by, again, the small child.
Lieutenant of the Seat of Divine Foresight. Is that the best you can do? And I was thinking I'd be done for the moment you drew your sword.
Nothing fancy, the fights. Yeah. Depends what you mean by fancy.
I didn't think I would last this long. I'm not half as bad as I thought.
I think the fancy stuff tends to come from the just hit till the shield breaks and you can actually damage the damn thing. Yeah, that's the bottom line of combat in this game. Which I don't think it's a bad thing to have a simple bottom line, but I think you're also right in that there should be some variety to it. Even, like, damage over time teams focus... Like, you only get the damage over time when you... I mean, unless you're doing something in, like, simulated universe, where you can just get them anyway. But that's, you know, that is one part of the game. Even they focus on breaking shields. So it's kind of rough.
He won't do it.
Oh, okay then. You won't do it.
General.
Young one, your old teacher has arrived. Under his tutelage, you never experienced true failure. But after some
I think there are surprises in combat. The problem is they're all reserved for the enemies.
swordsmanship
Like, we rarely get to do cool shit trademark. But these guys will always have some hidden bullshit to pull out at the last minute.
you worry that you don't have what it takes to be the person the general wants you to be. Now, show him what I have taught you. He'll be very proud of you.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see some stuff like that.
That with your sword, you will bring victory to the
Which is all stuff that, like, ZZZ does, right? Like the counters, the team swaps and stuff.
With my sword.
Yan Qing This confidence is not a belief that he will win every contest. It is a belief that he will one day break free from the paradigm of victory and defeat.
My controversial opinion with this game is that you should be able to beat any given fight in the game
Pleasure of
with exactly
the saving
the MC,
and the dispatchment of enemies.
Dan Heng, and March 7th.
Be discovered by himself.
That's my conspiracy, not even conspiracy theory, that's my fucking hot take for this game.
Now,
Is you should be able to beat any fight with just those 3 characters, because those 3 characters are the only ones you're, like, every player is guaranteed to have.
Break free from victory and defeat? Those are just empty words to comfort the dead and the defeated. Think of your crushing defeat at Dragon Prayer Terrace. Think of how you felt then, teetering on the brink of death. If the sword of that Stellaron hunter had pierced your flesh, you wouldn't be standing here pondering the meaning
Better than they wouldn't make money.
and defeat.
I don't know about that.
The time to break all your
I don't think it's possible. I don't think you could do it.
master to the general who is trying to imprison
I think it's maybe possible if you, like, that extra 4th slot can be anyone. I think then it's
General, allow me to...
possible, if not particularly feasible.
I hereby challenge you.
But just those 3, I don't think it's doable.
Apyra, I challenge these swords to battle.
young fool. How disappointing. Your accomplishments would have been limitless. But you were led astray by empty idealism. None of that matters anymore.
And now he must fight the Bakugan.
Studied your every move inside out. And now you wish to throw down the gauntlet. Very well. In your
Yeah, you just have, like, an inordinate amount of gems.
own techniques,
I mean, I will say, this game is very generous with the amount of gems that you get. I've been able to... Every character that's come up, I've been able to... Well, every character that I've wanted, I've been able to get.
stroke and
The problem is I've not made excellent choices.
now allow me to demonstrate. With merciless intent, how powerful I am.
Let me just turn on fast forward.
no, Yang Qing. Conceal your form and hide your intentions. Don't fall for their distractions.
Understood.
You've got Pella 10 times, that's rough. I'm sorry. She's not even, like, bad, but 10 times? That's... Eesh. Okay, so he's... Yeah, he's invulnerable while the swords are out. Let's see what we can do. Oh, and we do basically nothing to the other swords. That's rough.
Eternal.
I'm gonna spend all of my fucking jujitsu points. Same thing happened in DDD? Oh god. Were you going for Shark Girl as well? I think everybody has been going for Shark Girl.
Take your positions.
You're all in on it.
Same one.
Oh yeah, the Fiend Fire mechanic. I completely forgot about that. Uh-oh.
In the mood for another beating? How's this taste?
I'm in the mood for another beer, please.
Punish evil.
Life's like a good brew, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
There's more to life.
Oh, I hate this game. You may be wondering why I do this to myself. The answer is, I don't know. Okay, well, not having Catboy's a problem. Because there goes another 25% of my damage.
In position.
Does this kill me? I think this probably kills me. Yeah, that's not good. We have no skill points. Oh, baby.
Cut through the rents.
Yep, that's... No, that's fine. That's fine. It's okay. I can get my ult off.
Like fire until everything burns to ashes. Sword, heed me. This is more than a battle.
No, never mind. He's basically invulnerable. Okay. Okay, goodbye. Goodbye, I remember now. Oh, just gonna leave. Just gonna leave. Have I considered shields? I have considered shields. Would you believe? Alright, so here's the problem. Here's the problem. And bear in mind, this was advice from the fucking developers of the game. Firefly is our damage. Firefly gets all of her damage by doing break. This is fine, because her ability lets her put fire weakness onto the enemy. So she can always break. The problem is that we need Binkum number 1 and Binkum number 2 to get any actual mileage out of the break. This leaves Binkum number 3, who also adds to the break stuff, but he's pretty much our only flex slot. So we can try swapping him for March. Okay, so let's try swapping him for March. But wait,
Sushang is awaiting us.
where's the problem here? He ain't weak to ice. So, I can pick up a shield character. Why 2 supports? You need both of them. You need both of them for the damage. It's annoying because they both add stuff you need, but they add different stuff. Like, Rame is pre-shield breaking, and she keeps guys down for longer. And Hatman means your breaks actually do additional damage. Like, significantly additional damage. I mean, we could try swapping out Rame, but that feels really bad. And it still doesn't, like, change our core problem of... Once he gets the swords up, I have exactly one character that can actually do anything to them. But, no, we have 2. Technically.
Sushang is awaiting.
The problem is, like, with this guy exactly, he's made assuming that you have... Effectively assuming that you have Kafka. I do not have Kafka. Alright, tell you what, let's try. Let's try. This feels super bad, but fuck it, I can't think of anything else to do. Does she have relics? Now she does. Okay. Once more with feeling.
Sushang is awaiting us.
I mean, to be honest, a lot of the reason that I'm all in on that team specifically is because it is the team that, you know, the devs recommend. So I'm sort of in this, not to do this.
Merciless intent. How powerful I am.
No, Yang Qing. Conceal your form and hide it.
We're gonna hide.
for their distractions.
Understood.
Hide Serval. Yeah, because I'm in this place where I'm like, well, if I'm using a team that the fucking devs are like, yeah, this is a team that you should be using with this character, I feel like there's less blame can be placed on me, right? Like, it's something that I can rule out as a factor in why this isn't working.
Songs for you.
Also, that was not particularly fortunate for us, but oh well.
Tough luck running into me. Firefly Type 4 in position. Fight to land.
Mind you, we already know that one's weak to imaginary. That's good.
Detected. That's it. Try that again. Set to the seas of flame.
Oh, that's funny. That counts on the stack as our turn? That's very entertaining. Anyway, I think March is gonna die.
You're all in on it. You can't run.
Stay in step. The mood is set. Let the show begin.
Go hat mode. We're just gonna throw everything at him here.
Hard sometimes. Watch this awesome move.
Take on Deadwood with a truck full of salts on this. I have no clue what they're on about.
Rock with it.
Oh, that's probably true, and I hate that that's probably true.
Sam in position.
Ah. I should not have gone all in on it. We have made a mistake.
Out of moves.
Joining the battle.
God, that's so much fucking damage. Don't worry, I have a plan. I have a plan. I have a plan? Yeah, I have a plan.
Like fun till everything burns to ashes.
Alright, get him, go.
Told you I'd
Oh,
fight.
wow, we did a metric shit ton of damage to him.
This is more than
And guess what? We're gonna do even more.
the seas of flame.
Bonk.
Let's rock.
Zap. Position, heal thyself.
Firefly Type 4 in position.
The plan did not include lack of healer.
Fight to land.
It'll be okay if Firefly heals herself.
You can't run.
That's what I'm telling myself.
Pretty good crowd today. Ready to lose
Oh, we can send this. Sick.
or rock with it. My turn.
Yeah, we live dangerously around here, Ab. We live dangerously. Anyway, healed. Where's the thing? Okay, there's the thing. I should have shielded Firefly. Oh, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Cut through the rents.
Uh-oh.
So, try that again.
That's less fine than I anticipated. Hold on, doing some complex mathematics. So this will put us down to 3, 2,
Afraid of what I
1. Then he goes. Okay, we have to shield.
Take your positions.
We have to shield Firefly. God, do we even hat here? Do full hat or just half hat? Full hat.
The mood is set. Let the show begin.
Full hat, turn on break. Oh, we've got that. Sick. Oh, and then she gets to go again. Hell yeah. Except, hell no, actually. Because I'm not going to have any... Fine. Fine. We have to play it badly. March. Actually, if March dies here, it's not the end of the world, but if we lose Hatman, it is the end of the world. Yeah, I'd very much like to be... I would have liked to be able to tag out Serval for a healer until he had exactly the 4 swords up. And then I can tag her back in to get rid... Because that's the only reason she's here. Is to deal with the swords, but... Ugh, woof. Okay, no, we basic hat here. That's fine. That's not fine. That is, in fact, the opposite of fine. I don't think I can deal with those.
In position.
Take your position.
Until everything.
Oh, I got to do this now.
Dreams do come true.
Oh, and 2 of them were imaginary. Okay. That's fine. Oh, March, March, go.
Gotta try hard somewhere.
March, we need to get that fucking Foxfire, otherwise he's gonna kill us.
Punish evil.
At this rate, he might just kill us anyway. Okay, when I said that, they weren't meant to turn around and just kill us anyway. Oh, and he's getting fire next turn as well? Oh, for fuck's sake.
You're all in on it. Out of moves.
God, he's so fucking cheap. He just gets to take like 4 turns. Character trace levels are low. Character trace levels are not fucking low, my gamer. Let me show you character trace levels. Okay, maybe not the best start. I mean, admittedly, Servals are low, but increasing Servals won't really help. Although, like, you look at the numbers and you're like, oh, those are low. Yeah, again, I cannot get these materials. I physically cannot acquire these materials. Well, I can acquire those materials, I think. I can't get these. All 5 layers. I can't get these. Yeah, let me just go to the fucking thing that I cannot do. That's what I mean. It's very frustrating. But yeah, no matter what choice we make here, oh, we have to quit completely anyway. We'd have to change our team entirely. No matter what choice we make, like, we sacrifice something that is like vital to the team. See, I didn't play a whole lot of Genshin, so I don't really know a whole lot about what's going on with it. But yeah, it would be nice to have, like, some more actual in-combat actions. I don't understand why we can't use items in mid-combat. Like, that doesn't... Why can't I go in here and go... Ba-da-ba-da. Oh, look, here's a thing that heals HP. I'm going to use my turn to use this. Why is that not a thing I can do? But I really could live with all of it. I really could. If there was just an option that was like, look, we understand that you're here for the story, not for, you know, the big power gamey experience. Alright, so... I'm not sure this ever actually ends. I don't think this has an end. Sure, let's go do this. Yeah. I think that's where I was for a long time as well. It's like, well, I really like this game, but it's so frustrating. It's just like, it's not good for me to keep playing when I get like this, so I'm just gonna drop it. So I did for a while. But then, you know, it's like, I like 95% of this game, and I think it's a real shame to... Oh, we still have March instead of Roma. That'll probably be fine. We also don't have our healer. Preemptive healing it is. Firefly, there we go.
In position.
Well, we're off to a great start.
Did the rhythm get messed up?
Until everything burns to ashes!
This will be fine. This will be fine.
I will set the seas ablaze!
Die, Trotter. You don't belong in this world.
Let's rock! Firefly Type 4 in position.
Well, I mean...
Did the rhythm get messed up?
This song's for you.
But yeah, I think I just have to be more, just on point about how I'm spending my time, and when I do get frustrated with it, just stepping away before I get so wound up, right?
Stay in step.
Also, I'm really concerned that, like, when these guys die, they're just gonna rip massive chunks out of our health.
Time for the main event. Let's rock!
You know what, it will simply be fine. Okay. Maybe less fine than I was anticipating, but sure. Bonk.
Until everything burns to ashes! Fight to live!
Did the rhythm get messed up?
Pretty good crowd today. Tough luck running into me!
I wanna... Oh, no, never mind. Firefly will be fine.
Firefly.
Jesus Christ, that's so much health.
Take your position.
Fortunately, there isn't a wave 2, so we'll be fine.
This song's for you. Let's rock! Set the seas ablaze!
There we go.
Reach the end of the story in your own
Oh shit. Sir? No one. Leave me alone. Oh. Well, remember kids, be kind, it pays dividends. Simply asking nicely was enough for him to not shoot me in the back. Alright, let's do the actual mission. Why are we going straight to the decisive battle? Ah, you don't understand. You see, the audience's time is precious, and their patience ever thinning. People want it all to be over in a minute, a whole show. Slow-paced storytelling is a big no-no. Even we storytellers have to take our cues from the audience. Get them warmed up with an icebreaker, then with a snap we'll cut straight to the most exciting part. Okay, so the worst part is he's not, like, entirely wrong. This kind of is a thing that you want to do, but not like this. You said that this was where you and your companions fought against the Master Primus of the Sanctus Medicus. Was there any conflict that you encountered here? Or perhaps, did she stoop to any dastardly tricks to really put you in between a rock and a hard place? They ever make the combat more satisfying, I'll come back maybe, but otherwise I'll slip to Limbus. Yeah, it's like I said earlier, I can't, like, recommend that people play this, and it genuinely makes me sad to say that. Because there's a lot here that is really, really good. But when the core, like, gameplay of it isn't one of those things... Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely making the right call. Combat difficulty very easy. I'm just gonna lie, she was probably a fucking nightmare for me to deal with. How is that possible? How could a great battle be exciting without any swerves or setbacks? Please give me a moment to sketch out a scene. Ah, here we go. We're just gonna convince him I'm like a complete Mary Sue. I'm just, like, undefeatable. Listen up. The Legion was in cahoots with the Master Primus of the Sanctus Medicus. Using their arcane powers, they activated elixir cauldrons to spew forth venomous vapors as they tried to take out Cullen and the other munificent heroes in one fell swoop. For a moment, a mesmerizing miasma filled the air at the Alchemy Commission. Despite the vigor and strength of Callan, it was too much to deal with, and simply overwhelming. The situation grew so grave that Callan and his companions concocted a genius plan. Stuck between a rock and a hard place, the realization suddenly dawned that this was still the Alchemy Commission, a paradise known for forging the elixir of life. The disciples of Sanctus Medicus have received their mandate from the Ruin Author. But we, though, can strive for a miracle pill from the Alchemy Commission, turning over a new leaf to be born anew through generations of cultivated power. What the heck was all that gibberish? That wasn't gibberish. We Zhanzhou people love hearing stories play out like this. A glorious treasure, the elixir of life. Take it for a shortcut past centuries of martial art practice and cultivation. Then suddenly, pow! We're smashing enemies left and right. What's not to love about that? Don't interrupt me. It's a good start. I don't know if it's a good start, buddy. Next, it'll go. A fortuitous encounter. Callan studied the surroundings carefully, fixating on 3 elixir cauldrons to display at the Alchemy Commission. Words. Alchemy Commission. Callan suddenly remembered that the Vidyara healer lady had once mentioned these 3 elixir cauldrons, and how they contained essential extracts of everything in the universe condensed into elixirs of life. Ugh, man. The ass pulls going on in this story. Like this, my preference one of the coolest part of the game is just to not play it, don't expect me to stick around for it. Yeah, no, I mean, you are completely right. I'd say I'm very much playing in spite of the gameplay. I will also say this is a game that I have not spent money on. I think I would spend money on it if I was having more fun with combat. But I've quit similar games for having similar problems. Like, usually if I'm going to quit a gacha, it's because the drop rates are, like, so fucking bad. But yeah, no, I think that's right. Like, at the end of the day, if you're not having fun, don't play the fucking game. And that's not as like an elitist kind of thing, that is as a common sense thing. I think I enjoy this game enough outside of the combat to keep playing it. I think that's where it is for me. But like, that line's going to be in a different place for every single person. Once put together, these 3 divine ingredients can be concocted into the elixir of dragon oil, which can make you be born anew and achieve transcendence. Doesn't that name sound like lazy writing? Yeah, let's just bash his story, dude. I'm sorry for the ad-lib naming here. Anyway, what else am I going to call an elixir that magically imbues powers like this? Let's go over to that elixir cauldron over there and keep at it. I'm sure that'll give us some quality inspiration. Sure. Think of this. Callan jumped right into the elixir cauldron. Just staring in silence. What's wrong? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna roast me alive. We're not writing a horror story here. Rest assured, graphic scenes like that would never make it past the rating board. I guess our hero enters the elixir cauldron. Why am I now a bird? Don't worry, it all makes... No! No, it does not. It does not make sense why I'm now a robot bird. Look at this face. Look at this thing. There are 0 thoughts in that head. Absolutely none. Callan leaped into the elixir cauldron, but suddenly felt as if the whole world was spinning. Our hero opened their eyes to find themselves to have turned into a cycrane. I think I would remember this. The book implies this is a hidden containment mechanism in the elixir cauldron, designed by the first cauldron master of the Alchemy Commission. Anyone trying to take the elixir of life would first be transported to a Fantasia to undergo the trial. There's a lot of proper nouns going on in here. How about we throw in some quantum mechanics? It'll make it sound smart. Hell yeah. Don't try to confuse me. You've interrupted my train of thought. First Cauldron Master of the Alchemy Commission hoped that one day, someone could break the containment mechanism, clear the trial, and take the elixir of dragon oil right in the nick of time to save the Luofu from certain doom. In a curious twist of fate, Callan was none other than the heroic one prophesied by this first Cauldron Master of the Alchemy Commission some 10,000 years ago. So apparently we're a chosen one as well. This is an incredible story, I have to say. Incredibly bad, but, you know, incredible nonetheless. Callan concentrated all of his ki to his core radix, thus breaking the containment mechanism in the Fantasia. Okay, sure. Why not? Let's just have some word soup. Hopefully we'll get some syntax salad as well. I'm on a diet. Okay, that's just the same as the last one. My core radix. He was my least favorite Saiyan. Careful, don't get caught by monsters. I'm just trying to make, like, the smallest adjustment here. Can we... Shh. They have no idea. Okay, good enough. Good enough. As all the containment mechanisms were gradually lifted, the secret treasure of the first Cauldron Master was revealed. You've got an Ice Fire Lotus. Hooray! Tan transformed into a Cycrane, weaving and darting around the Elixir Cauldron to clear the trial left behind by the first Cauldron Master. What he beholds is a... I know it keeps saying my name. I'm just gonna replace that with he because Jesus Christ. I can't keep saying my own name, I'm going to have an identity crisis. What he beholds is a lotus blooming with ice crystals, white in flames. The same medicine that has been extinct since the Theophany era. Theophany? Theophany? The Theophany era. The Asphaltite Lotus. The Asphaltite Lotus is utterly indispensable when concocting an elixir of dragon oil. Yeah, I'm not going to comment on how that name sounds. Come on, let's go then. On to the next Elixir Cauldron. Just bear with me, okay? Seeing these places in person really got my creative juices flowing. Let me just change the lineup. Saval, you're out. Brewmaster, you're in.
Remember that trailblazing strength again.
I kind of want to keep marching. But not as much as I want to put Ruame in instead. Nyom. Oh, we just don't have to fight that guy? Okay. Having plucked the Icefire Lotus, Can seizes an opportunity and leaps into another Elixir Cauldron. Ah, come on, not this again. Little do you know, repetitive behavior instills a sense of ritual in people. That's why important details have to be repeated a few times over and over. They're just out here trying to make the worst story possible. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. A hero enters the Elixir Cauldron. What am I going to be this time? Another Cycrane. And return to the Fantasia, hunting for the secret treasure left by the first Cauldron Master of the Alchemy Commission. But suddenly, an unsettling aroma aroused the senses. If you want this story development, hell yeah. Hell yeah, I'm all for watching another creative crash and burn. The worst part is, I think, canonically, he's actually, like, super successful. It's okay. I also have very little idea what's going on. Were any ordinary person, it would merely be discarded as a mistake of the senses. But what kind of hero is Callan? This treacherous danger was instantly detected. The book implies that this is an abundance beast, sealed within the cauldron by the first Cauldron Master of the Alchemy Commission. Oh, how the mediocre covet such glorious treasures, yet die filled with hatred at the maw of a beast. I want to point out, just to remind you, just remind everyone, we're meant to be here recounting how we beat up the bad guy from the last chapter. Yeah, none of this happened. The first Cauldron Master was ruthless. Sure was. Yep, this fucking Michael McNobody. That's a trope for treasure hunting story. It wasn't a treasure hunting story. These ancients always leave behind these secret treasures with fatal booby traps hidden within. Don't ask me why, but it's a screenwriter's convention. He couldn't help but sneer, asking, "Is there any danger across all the cosmos that can stop my might?" And with a beat of the wings, our hero took to the sky. So I'm once again a bird. No, if I had a penny for every time I was a bird. It's just weird that it happened twice. It's okay, all my years of playing Microsoft Flight Sim have prepared me for this. My years of playing Microsoft Flight Sim did not prepare me for the wolves. Oh. Why do we have this? For what purpose? Okay, we're just not gonna question that, actually. If you know why, don't say anything. Don't tell us. We don't need to know. It simply is, and then it wasn't. Callan completed another one of the first Cauldron Master's trials. What appeared next before our hero was a mushroom flitting in and out of existence. It just goes places. It just goes places, and I don't think I can follow. It is written that this is no mortal mushroom. An unhinged sentence. It sits within a state between existence and non-existence, constantly fluctuating between the real and the imaginary. It's called the life-death polypore. Hell yeah, finally getting that out of quantum mechanics! Right then, Callan had the life-death polypore, lacking only one final medicinal herb before the elixir of dragon oil could be concocted. I get the feeling you're making this up all as you go. Hey, no way! Actually, I have a little notebook where I recorded all let me try that one again. Actually, I have a little notebook where I record all kinds of obscure things in. I can show it to you if you want. These medicinal herbs, they really do all exist. Including this mushroom. Yeah, I guess. It is both alive and dead. It is real and unreal. It is delicious and revolting. Names of these medicinal herbs are indeed constructions of my imagination. Fuck off. I mean, not all of them are completely made up. Enough gossip and bluster. Let's get to the next cauldron and start cooking up that next story, Oh, never mind. The guy was still here. Alright, you know what? Firefly, just make this a thing I never have to deal with. Thank you. How about it then? Ready to start plotting out the next part of your story? Having plucked the life-death polypore, Callan goes all or nothing, leaping into another elixir cauldron. And we go. Are you ready to be a bird again, chat? I hate when I'm right. Back in the Fantasia once more, and without a trace of fear or trepidation, Callan felt like an old hand. He calmed right down to sense the feelings left behind in the Fantasia, and those feelings were warm, gentle, and liberating. There was never any doubt that this was the soul-cleansing grace from the first Cauldron Master of the Alchemy Commission. I don't think this Cauldron Master is grateful at all. Don't say that. The first Cauldron Master was thinking ahead about any misuse that might harm the Jianzhou, you see. Or is that a bit far-fetched? Nah, no problem. Don't even worry about it. This is just the first script. A first script, I tell you. We'll fix it in post. Let's see if I can do my best Discount Dan impression here. Hold on. Hey, don't say that. The first Cauldron Master was thinking ahead about any misuse that might harm the Jianzhou. Or is that a bit far-fetched? No problem. Don't even worry about it. This is just a first script. A first script, I tell you. We'll fix it in post. It wasn't great, but it'll do. Callan knew. This warm sensation meant that the most dangerous part of the trial had already passed. What now greeted him was the first Hellmaster's blessing. Kick off, Callan. Welcome to this, your final trial. I'm going to crash underneath the bridge. Cannot stop me. I will simply descend. Okay, I didn't think I'd be able to get down here. Why can I go this low? I'm gonna escape. I'm gonna find a way out of this stupid story. I'm leaving. I'm leaving your game, Dungeon Master. I'll find a way out. You cannot hold me. You cannot prevent me from leaving. You cannot prevent my inevitable escape. Oh god. Ah! I have... Okay. Wait, no, hold on. Hold on. Gamers. Hold on. Wait. 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 We can... We... Well, we didn't escape, but I mean, I don't think we were meant to get in there somehow. I don't think that's meant to happen. I can't. I wish to enter the mist. video game. DM's railroading me. How? Why? I don't think they could really do a whole lot when I'm all the way up here. Oh shit, well. Oh, wait, yo. Hold on. Wait. Do I need to use the scanner? I do not need to use the scanner. Oh. Well, that's much less fun. Yeah, I was really hoping that would do something interesting. I just kind of did a whole lot of nothing. Am I free? I am now free. I mean, not quite. Just have to get the box. Give me the box. I'm not even going to attempt that one. You got a worthy thing. Callan completed yet another trial, only to find himself trapped in a vast white fog. Once it cleared, he saw a huge tree with floating roots. Despite no obvious breeze, the floating roots swayed in the air, cleaving the very air in twain with flashes of lightning. Hair to each. They've deliberately written this to be as bad as possible. That's why they keep repeating my name. Apparently the word he, or I guess any pronouns, just don't exist. This was the most precious... This, then, was the most precious medicinal herb hidden at the Alchemy Commission. The Whirlbolt. The Whirlbolt! Callan harvested the best of the floating roots, and left this Fantasia of the first Cauldron Master. Yeah, that sounds like something a Psycrane should touch. No, that's not actually a Psycrane. It's a result of your true, pure, unfettered soul projected into the first Cauldron Master's Fantasia. You can't really think of it in terms of a normal Psycrane. Well, it's a suspension disbelief, you know. Oh, actually, no. You're just making it up all. You're just making it all up as you go, aren't you? You don't know how we storytellers run across day in, day out. I mean, to a degree, but there's a... editing... Listen, before I was a mercenary, I wanted to do writing. And, like... This hurts me. I studied that at, like... Well, I guess your equivalent would be, like, universities, but... Oh, this causes me physical pain. Competition in entertainment circles is so fierce these days. How many storytellers are supposed to compete with all the razzle-dazzle and hype of something like Immersia? There's only one answer. Manufactured outrage. Shut. I can say all the stuff they can't do in Immersia, and I can say what they don't dare say in... Immersia. Anyway, there's no tax on bragging, and words have a habit of disappearing like the wind. Back to the topic at hand. Previously, our hero Callan acquired all 3 medicinal herbs required to concoct the elixir of dragon oil. All that remained was to cast the ingredients in the elixir crucible, and this miracle elixir would be his. Can we take him out and back? I don't think we can old yell at this guy based on... what, bad vibes, I guess? It really doesn't matter how we go about doing this, actually. I mean, it vaguely does, but...
Did the rhythm get messed up?
Yeah, screw it.
Let the show begin.
Hat time, baby.
Eternal.
In the mood for another beating?
A trotter?
I will claim victory for myself. Fight to live!
Did the rhythm get messed up? Dreams do come true.
Yeah, get out of here, nerd.
Step up, let's see ya.
This is more than a battle. Set the seas ablaze!
There we go. Job done.
Every victory is hard won.
Brew, brew, Mountain Dew. Brew, brew, Mountain Dew. Brew, brew, Mountain. Callan placed the 3 medicinal herbs into the crucible, one by one. First came the Icefire Lotus. Its fiery heat and blasting cold blended together, bursting out infinite natural force. It's like Shaq, it uses icy hot. He freezes his enemies before burning them to ash. Next came the Life-Death Polypore. Its quantum impermanence stabilizes the paradox inherent in the Lotus. Finally, Callan tossed the Whirlbolt into the Crucible. With a flash of thunder and... I'm gonna give that a try. Pneumatophore. The Whirlbolt Fuck. Whirlbolt Pneumatophore. Whirlbolt Pneumatophore? It shouldn't be this hard. Whirlbolt's Pneumatophore. I can say them as 2 separate words, but when you try to put it together, it's Whirlbolt Pneumatophore. There we go. With a flash of thunder and lightning, out of the blue, an entire thunderstorm formed inside 1 square inch of the crucible. He plucked up the courage to reach a hand into the storm. After a while, Callan's hand pulled out a sparkling medicinal pellet. It's so clunkily done. It has to be deliberate. It has to be. And that, my friend, is what leads a mortal onto the path of immortality. Uh-oh. No. I shouldn't have used that word on this Shenjo. Anyways, it's basically a miracle drug that makes you be born anew and achieve transcendence. Behold, the elixir of dragon oil. Callan swallowed the miracle elixir and instantly felt as light as a feather, but as strong as an ox. Our hero could leap 30,000 miles in a second, or lift up 10,000 tons. Or endure more of this story. Callan knew now was not the time to settle the score with those pathetic, detestable disciples of Sanctus Medicus wreaking havoc on the Zhenjo. Oh, now was the time. I can read. That's a joke, chat. I can't read. I'm just guessing. I have no idea what these words mean. The way you tell it makes me sound like I'm a disciple of Sanctus Medicus. Listen to yourself. Power in and of itself knows no good or bad. Only people do. Is a kitchen knife evil when it's in the hands of a chef, or when it's in the hands of a murderer? Less idle chit-chat. Please, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, lend me your ears. Next up, we have the main feature. Calamity and Snares, Commission of Alchemy, Nameless Battles, Author of Plagues. Ah, if we put it like that, then this act will be complete. But what happened to the fight against the Plagues Author Demon? Ah, you don't understand. The most difficult thing for us screenwriters is the protagonist's development. Once the protagonist character is settled, it's going to be so easy to just write in as many battles as you want. Yeah, I'm starting to think we should take him out back. Look, this isn't exactly the best writing place for us. Come back to the Starskiff Haven with me, and after I process all of today's inspiration, we can chat more about combat details. Thank you for helping me sort out my thoughts and get some inspiration. I'll start right away. Mr. Xian took out his notebook and began scribbling at a furious pace. Shortly after, he handed over the manuscript to you, filled with satisfaction. I've already written the part about Nameless Battles, Author of Plagues. That's right, our protagonist on this quest, that is you, has experienced all these adventures and taken this elixir of life. I have to add a few strokes to this protagonist model so it's not forgotten next time. Speaking of which, I was left with tons of inspiration rattling around in my head after today's trip. I'd like to use some of your side adventures on the Zhenjo as material to write some side stories. It will help flesh out your protagonist model, so I'll write out some of your challenging adventures. Why don't you listen and tell me what you think? Do we have to? Follow Mr. Shan and complete the hero's journey to unlock new abilities for the protagonist model. There are different slots in the protagonist model. The plot armor that can be selected for each slot is different. Slots and plot armors will gradually be unlocked as you progress through a hero's journey. Using these abilities can earn you points and rewards in Legends past and present, while also gradually unlocks Legend of the Trailblazer sections. Okay, I'm sure this will all be very important. Protagonist model, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Protagonist models obtained during a hero journey can be used in other stories. Good fun to use if you say so. Skill damage by 100%. What damage by? We want what with those two? We want follow-up damage every single time. After I use the ultimate next action is advanced forward by it. Every time a skill point is consumed, heals all allies for 8. No, I think we want more actions after ults. I think that's more important. Give me the Himiko. Give me the Herta.
You know the drill. Send me all your new toys, and I'll return them later.
Who else do I put in here? Oh, let's put in probably Gallagher. And put down Hung.
As always, Himiko, I can handle it.
And do we even stay with Gallagher? He's the best healer I have. Actually, no. Hold on. We're putting that. Go.
Honored to meet me.
Oh, this just hits everyone? Sick.
You won't get away. Time to twirl.
Yeah, that'll do. That was pretty good.
You won't get away.
I can probably just blow up this entire board, right?
Do you know who I am? This big diamond! It's all yours! You won't get away. Time to twirl!
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Time to twirl!
It is always time to twirl. It is never not time to twirl. Just make sure this Tross is not going to escape.
Medicine. Nap time. What are you looking at?
Bonk.
Do you know who I am? This big diamond! It's all yours! Time to twirl!
I have something for you.
How many enemy reinforcements are they going to get? That is my question. Where are these guys coming from? Or do we just keep going until they're all dead?
You won't get away. Time to twirl!
Awaken dormant scales. World cleansing dragon.
Remaining cycles 3. You got it.
Heaven's surge.
Now we don't need to do that.
You won't get away.
I will, however, do this.
Just a little something. Think nothing of it. Much obliged. You won't get away. Time to
something for you.
Another trotter. Another.
Do you know who I am? This big diamond! It's all yours!
Bonk. Why do I get the distinct impression I'm meant to be taking out like a certain number of these guys rather than just surviving? And I'm probably not taking out enough.
Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Well, we'll find out the hard way, won't we?
Time to twirl!
No, we want to do this.
Time to twirl! Oh dear.
Bonk.
Time to twirl!
Oh shit, he's almost dead. That's really not good.
That'll take more than medicine.
Nat, please keep our boy from dying.
I have something for you.
Thank you.
You won't get away. Just in time. Just a little.
Ah, screw it. We're all in, baby. We're all in.
Who I am? This big diamond! It's all yours!
Perhaps you still don't. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Honored to meet me.
Bonk.
Time for an overhaul.
Bonk, bonk. Bing, bonk.
Time to twirl!
Naughty child.
Bonk.
Time.
Heaven's Surge. Break.
Yeah, that's
I
unfortunate.
have something for you.
Oh, we're not done. The ride never ends. There we go. The ride has ended. That's okay.
Hi.
Rewards catalog. Character use each time to become the main character of the story. If all passages are acquired, you will receive limited rewards that can be reviewed in the mission item panel of your inventory. And the Alchemy Commission was plagued with threats, internal and external. The disciples of Sanctus Medicus were wreaking havoc within, while abominations and the ambrosial arbor loomed beyond. Seeing the crisis, Callan yet laughed loudly at the companions behind them. The heroes were confused as to the reason of the laughter, and he calmly explained, "I laugh at the folly of these Wait, no, let me get the right voice, hold on. I laugh at the folly of these abominations of abundance, and at idiocy of the master of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus." Dan Hung, Imbibitor Lune, cupped their hands in praise. "My brother, you couldn't have said it better. I've heard of your fierce battle against the Ruin Legion on Yali Leopold 6 numbers, even with the help of the Doomsday Beast. Fucking, it's Eurilo. It's Eurilo, but the fucking ass hasn't been listening to us. Oh, oh, this was written specifically to inflict pain. Chat, should I read Eye of Argon on stream at some point? Should I do that to everybody? I think I should. I think that'd be funny. Even with the help of the Doomsday Beast, the Legion could not escape an overwhelming defeat. Now, these abominations and demon have schemed and plotted, yet the best they could summon was an ebon deer that stands no chance against a mighty warrior such as you. The companions exchanged smiles, their morale renewed afresh. At this moment of high spirits, they heard a whooshing sound in the distance. The disciples of Sanctus Medicus wielded colossal crossbows, firing a steady stream of projectiles in a play to catch the companions off guard. Natasha casually caught the flying arrows and tossed them back to their owners. Screams and screeches rose in tandem, for these dishonorable scoundrels are now having a taste of their own medicine. Himiko and Herta looked at each other and instantly shared the same thought. We must not let others look down on the two of us. Then they worked their internal ki, made a double jump on the air to fly up, and pounced on the enemy. Of course, the chaos that ensued is another story altogether. I hate this. I hate this. This feels like something Prince of Mario would have an 8-hour video on. You're so right. Okay, enemies keep spawning for full cycles to beat as many of them as possible. Sure. Okay, so I'm going to put in Firefly. I think we'll keep Natasha. I think that's fine.
You won't get away.
Yeah.
Time for an
But big number big.
You won't get away.
I didn't need to fire that out at all.
Do you
Oh
know
well.
who I am? This big diamond! It's all yours! You won't get away. Time to twirl!
Initiate cleanup.
Perhaps you still don't. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
I love that animation specifically because if you like just look at Himiko's eyes during that animation when it comes up, and like she doesn't actually look anywhere, she just looks straight into middle distance. Oh wait, shit, I have ult.
Everything burns to ashes! Firefly Type 4 in position. Set the seas ablaze!
Yeah, you give me that trotter.
I won't break.
Okay, so we'll just go single bonk.
You won't get away. Do you know who I am? This big
Good enough.
diamond! It's all yours! You won't get away. Time to twirl! This is more than a battle. Fight to land!
Give me that trotter.
You won't
I wish for his trotter blood.
time to twirl!
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Time to twirl! Time to twirl! Honored to meet me.
No, just one. Okay. I guess this really is just Himiko City today.
It's all yours! You won't get away. Time to twirl! That'll take more than medicine. Firefly Type 4 in position.
I'll get greedy. I'm sure I'll get that other trotter. There you go. I said I'd get it.
Oh dear.
We don't have many great options here, though.
I'm okay. I have something for you.
You won't get away.
Ah, that's annoying.
What are you looking at?
Oh, come on, not like this. Oh, come on, not like this.
Join the battle. Detonate.
Ah, Firefly, please make all of my problems go away.
To ashes!
I really don't need a script. We'll get the skill point back anyway.
Perhaps you still don't. Humanity
Fire the orbital laser.
desire to control the heavens,
Fire the space gun.
exception.
Ah.
Oh dear.
Urtra, it is time to twirl.
Time to twirl. Do you know who I am? This big diamond! It's all yours! You won't get away.
No, we were so close. Oh, that's pretty good.
Hi,
We got many Kurokurus. Is that in total, or is that in a single run? Who knows? Oh, hold on, we have to...
When
You have to stand back?
against trails, the money prevails.
Is it time to write Act 2? You see, you can't take care of much when you're busy. I almost forgot we agreed to meet. I've been keeping myself busy coming up with the rest of the plot, but we may have a problem to which I haven't been able to find an answer yet. Based on your original story, after taking out the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, you almost immediately fought your decisive battle against the Lord Ravager Phantilia. Do you think that's pushing the story along too fast? If that's all I had, why, I'd finish telling the story in a single session. And get the chance to set up one of my cliffhangers goading everyone into buying tickets for tomorrow. Stay tuned for next time with Mr. Xian. But I tell you what, the protagonist model isn't perfect enough if we do the plot this way. So I've come up with an idea. I'm not sure what you think, so I'd like to run it by you. Nameless, you're not the only one, right? Those other heroes have also thrown themselves into this adventure. Is it possible to perhaps fudge things a little so that you will be the one doing those deeds? He wants us to steal glory from our friends! That's okay, I guess. After all, I am the protagonist. No, that would make me a fraud, and I'm not about that. Yeah, but... I mean, no? What I mean is, could some of the nameless heroic deeds be pulled together and attributed to a single archetypical character? Creating archetypes like this makes it easier for our audience to become emotionally involved. How about it? So then, are there any companions whose exploit... Okay, I do need to make a point here. So, Firefly is a character that they introduce in the newest part of story, right? And I'd say newest, I mean like the latest chapter. And they actually do her really well. Like, they give her enough time. They don't just, like, throw her story at you completely. Actually, they're very good at holding back on how much of her story they actually give you. They give you enough to work with. They give you enough time with her to, like, actually make an emotional connection. Before viciously murdering her right in front of you. And then that's what you're tracking down before the Sam fight. And why he's like, it's time to stop playing detective. They did it really well. What this guy's talking about. Sounds like HI Taruto. Yeah, yeah. No, it's... I know I've said it to you before, Eb. But, like, I don't think I've said it on my stream. These guys would make a fantastic fucking movie. Or an anime. If they decided to make their own anime, unironically, it would fucking slap. So then, are there any companions whose exploits are suitable for us to add to our story? Yeah, I feel like I'm not gonna be like... There's Dan Heng, I mean, there's a lot of fucking history there, let's just not go into it. Yeah, there's this other companion. It's like everyone's complained since 2019. Yeah. I'll just tell him about Dan Heng anyway, it did not matter. This High Elder story of yours is interesting, but a little tricky to pull off. It branches off in all directions with some red herrings. It's way different from the masterpieces I've personally written about the High Cloud Quintet. Therefore, a drastic adaptation is required. We'll cut off everything apart from the beginning and the end. Maybe we can fix this story after all. Yeah, no, that's how you fix a story. You cut out all of the journey. It's just about the start and the end. I mean, the start and the end are important to get right, but oh my god. Does he work for Netflix? If he worked for Netflix, you'd get exactly the first half of the story and then nothing else. I've got a rough idea. Let's go to Scale Gorge Waterscape then. Perhaps we'll be able to find our inspiration beneath the statue of the High Elder.
Fight Club Quintet is a fantastic story.
Wow. I mean, we're going over here, but actually, we're probably done for this evening. Yeah, it's 11. I've been streaming for about 3 hours. Yeah, let me... I'm gonna wrap up, but let's see who's around. Who are we gonna raid? By that, I mean, which of the 3 people I ever raid are actually online right now? Let's go raid. I think V's just starting. Yeah, we can raid V. Alright, so that's going to be it from me for today. Thank you all so much for coming along. Thank you for watching. Thank you for chatting. Those of you in the VODs, I see you. I salute you. I will be back on Wednesday at... Fuck, what time do we stream on Wednesdays? What time do we stream on Wednesday? 4 o'clock my time, which is... I don't know what time that is for you guys, because you're all over the place. But we will be back on Wednesday with more MechWarrior. Yeah, we're continuing the Inner Sphere contract. I've not heard anything else from the client about that, so it's just... It is what it is. But yeah. Be as nice, go say hi. We will get shot at, but don't worry. I'm sure you'll be fine. And I'll see you on Wednesday, and until then, take care.